Great.
Don't you dare come in my house, you little bitches.
You little bitches. Sounds good to me.
Alright.
We ready to rock and roll? My parents are gonna be watching this.
Yes, they
Mi
are!
familia.
So excited.
They're probably just gonna say, like, thanks, Mom.
How's it going?
Good. Checking out the other side?
Oh yeah, I got to.
Excellent.
Like, congratulations. We know it was a battle for you, and we are really glad that you're here. We are here for a great tragedy tonight, so hopefully there'll be some catharsis for everyone based on your experience in getting here in the first place. My name is Michelle. I am the Associate Artistic Director here at NC Stage, and I'm here to welcome you to a very special event. This is a Community Tours production of Antigone. This is the last weekend that these artists will be here before they go out and do a bunch of performances around Asheville and in the surrounding counties. So you can read more about the tour in your program. But tonight you will see the same show that all those audiences will see, and we're kind of joined together in that storytelling circle. So there's a few things you will notice. The lights will remain on for the entire performance, just like they would in any room, in any place that we might go. The actors will remain on stage for most of the performance, so you will see them come in and out of character right there. There will be a few adjustments that we'll do on the road, some sensory-friendly things so that when we can sort of meet people where they are a bit better in some of the spaces that will be. So bearing that in mind, just the content advisories for this evening, you will hear some loud sounds, and there are brief descriptions really, of people taking their own lives, and that is part of the Greek tragedy of this evening and the ride we're on. A few special thanks. We'd like to thank the North Carolina Arts Council and Arts AVL for their support of the program, as well as our donors and audiences. We really couldn't do what we do without you, and we honestly wouldn't want to if you weren't here with us. Some final housekeeping notes. The show is 55 minutes. There's no intermission. So if you need to leave during the course of the performance, please go out the way you came in. There is, in the unlikely case of an emergency, there is an emergency exit this way as well, but please don't go out that way during the performance. There's some shenanigans happening back there that you definitely don't want to get caught up in. If you have a cell phone or anything that makes a beep beep boop noise, and it's something that you can quiet or silence and put away for the show, we'd really appreciate that. And finally, there is a lip right on the edge of the stage. It's about 4 inches. It will bite you if you're not careful, so just kind of be mindful of it as you move through the space for your safety and comfort. Thank you again for joining us this evening. We really appreciate that you're here, and please enjoy the show.
Now the glorious sun
Glorious!
begins to slant through the branches of the sacred woods of thee. It rises over our beautiful streams on this victorious morning. It shines.
On the corpses of our enemies! Like men who Polynices brought in civil war!
And those who aim to set our towers on fire and bring them down to dust, like a screaming eagle, Polynices came, seeking to fill his cheeks with our blood.
The father of the earth, detests big tongues. He topples those who gloat, who sing victorious songs too soon.
So they who came in drunk and
before us? The sister daughters of the great King Oedipus. Any shame or dishonor? No. No, together, we have endured everything. And now there's more. Have you heard the general's ruling?
Oh, I've heard nothing, Antigone. Since the fighting stopped last night and the armies of Erebus slipped away, I know only that our two brothers are dead, killed by each other in our Uncle Creon's war. I know nothing, and I'm not happy or sad.
Then listen to the general's edict. Our brother, Eteocles, who fought at Creon's side defending the city, is to be buried with all honors. This is just and right. But our brother Polynices, who brought the Argive army against us, our brother, whom the city reviles, is to be left in the field where he died for birds to tear apart and eat. No one may weep for him or perform the rites, though it is our duty. Our brother may not be laid to rest below. For anyone who disobeys, it's death by public stoning. That is Creon's edict. He's coming here soon to make it public. Here, alone, you now know everything you need to know. Will you act?
In what?
Will you share the work?
What do you mean?
Will you help me bury Polynices?
But the city has condemned him.
Then he has only us. I will not be faithless.
Your mind has run wild. Creon forbids it.
Creon will do what he likes. This affair is ours.
Antigone, think, my sister. Our father Oedipus was king. He vowed to lift the curse on Thebes, and when he found he was himself that curse, he gouged out his eyes. He died alone and hated, and our mother. Do you remember how she twisted the fabric around her neck and hanged herself when she learned the answer to the mystery of her marriage? And now our two brothers are dead, leaving only us, the last of our family. Think, Antigone. We are women. We are alone. You've said we've suffered all that can be suffered. You're right. I beg the dead to forgive me, but I have no choice. Let rulers rule remote from us.
I won't ask you again. Do as you like, I'll go bury our brother. And if I die doing this holy act, then he and I will lie together forever. And it will be beautiful to lie with him. And you will die in shame because you would not serve the dead, but would rather honor Creon.
It's not in me to challenge power.
That's a good excuse. I'll go make a grave for our brother.
I'm scared for you.
Save your fear. Get on with your life.
Is it right that your heart burns for the dead who are gone and cold?
I know whom I must try to please. This life here is short. The next world lasts forever.
But what you're trying is impossible.
When you say that, I hate you. And the dead hate you, and they are right to hate.
Antigone.
Now let us part. I will endure the violence, but I won't die an unbeautiful death.
Go, and know that you are loved.
Creon, our new king approaches now, that we may learn how he intends to rule.
Citizens of Thebes, I come before you today to say this civil war is ended. The violence is ended. We have prevailed. We are one people again. I've gathered you here because you have always been loyal to the royal house, to King Oedipus when he ruled, and later his sons. But they are dead. Both the traitor Polynices and Eteocles also, who stood with us. And because I am nearest of kin, the throne and power therein are now mine, alone. You will know me by how I rule. You will see how I honor any man who loves our state, and how I hate any man who holds himself above it. If I see our people in danger, I will act. I will save the city. To have friends, we must be strong. As for the 2 sons of Oedipus, make no mistake. My nephew Eteocles was loyal. He died defending you, and we will honor him with all the rights. His brother, Polynices, was against us. He attacked our homeland, bringing terror back from exile, and so his corpse will not be washed, nor lie in state. Women shall offer no libations, there shall be no mourning dirges. Nothing will be placed in his grave, for there will be no grave. The traitor Polynices shall lie where he died, a lesson for all, as birds and dogs gorge on his flesh as he wished to gorge on ours. This is how I see the law. To honor the good, not the bad, both in life and death. Do you agree?
It is in your power over the living and the dead, and so we do.
See that it is done.
You mean we are to guard the corpse?
No, other men are doing that.
What do you want of us?
Watch carefully for any man who'd think to disobey.
No one's that foolish.
You'd think, yet money sings to foolish men.
Sir, I can't say I'm out of breath from dashing here because I didn't. As I came, there was an argument in my head. One voice was saying, "You idiot, slow down, you're going to be in big trouble when you get there." But then another would say, "But if King Creon hears this news from somebody else, you are screwed." So I started running, but slowly. So it took a long time to come a short way. There's not much to what I have to say, but I will tell you the whole thing, and whatever happens, happens.
So,
First, I did not do it. Also, I do not know who did.
you've covered your ass. What's your message?
It is hard to say.
Say it and get out.
I'll tell you. Somebody sprinkled ash and dust on the body and poured libations too.
No one would dare.
I know! It is unthinkable. But still, it happened. It's not like he was buried. He was just covered with a delicate dust. More like pollen, maybe. Just enough to defy the ban. There's no marks from a shovel. The ground is all hard. There's no sign of a wagon anywhere. It was like a miracle. And here's the thing. It seemed enough to keep the dogs and birds away. So there we are, just staring at it all quiet. And then all hell breaks loose. Everybody accusing everybody else until somebody says, "You need to be told." We knew he was right. And we all studied our boots then, real scared. Finally, we drew straws, and I got the short one. And I know you wish I hadn't.
Creon, he spoke of a miracle. My conscience wonders if perhaps the gods did this work.
Do you want to make me even angrier? You think the gods trouble themselves over a naked, rotting corpse. He wanted to destroy their shrines. He planned to explode our city's way of life. Are you saying the holy could honor the wicked? No. From the very first, people have been muttering and plotting. One of these malcontents bribed someone to do this. Money. There's nothing worse. Money destroys cities. It lures men out of their tranquil homes, deforms their minds, and encourages shameful acts. Find me the man who did this shoveling and bring him to me. If you don't, I will skewer you. Then you'll expose the scheme or beg to die.
Can I speak? Or do you want me to go?
Do you not see the anguish in your words?
Do they sting your ear or your insides?
Where do you think my grief resides?
The person who did this plagues your spirit. Me, just your ear.
Were you born a fool, or did you have to learn it?
I can talk like this because I'm not in on it.
You are. You've sold your soul for money.
It is a terrible thing to have knowledge without facts.
Little man, name soon, or you'll regret your profit. It can't be spent in hell.
I can look for him, but find him? Who knows? These things go the way they go. Anyway, I'm still alive. That is a surprise. You won't see me again.
There is much that is strange, but nothing stranger than man. He embarks at night in winged whistling houses, onto the winter seas, the south wind howling. He penetrates the sublime holy earth, the unperishable and tireless. With his striving plow, year after year, he does his work with the horses. He charms and hunts the lightly dreaming birds and wild beasts and creatures of the sea. With nets he has spun this knowing man. He captures with his arts the things that roam the hills at night. He yokes the wild, rough-maned horse and the untamed bull. Speech and abstract thinking came to him, along with pride and city ruling, and how to escape the damp swamps and the arrows of the frost. Journeying everywhere and nowhere, man arrives at nothing and nothing. He knows much, but not how to escape death, the only certain future place. Wisdom beyond hope and the skill of art bring him sometimes to bad and other times to good. High-standing men and outlaws both offend the laws of earth and nature. Breaking oaths of conscience. Audacity casts them out of time and place.
Such men are not welcome in my heart, nor are they of my mind.
Yeah,
Can the gods bring this? I see her, but this is not Antigone.
sure, all right.
Unhappy child of unhappy Oedipus, your mind was deranged, breaking the king's law.
We caught her as she made the grave. Where's Creo?
What's going on?
It turns out promises are cheap. I know I said I wouldn't be back. You really scared me last time. But everybody likes a happy surprise, and here I am again. Gentlemen, we got her, right as she was making the grave. It's good. No straws this time. I saw my chance. So, take her, question her, convict her. I'm glad I'm out of it.
What did you see exactly that you blame her?
She was burying the man. That's the whole thing.
Do you know what you're saying?
I saw her burying the dead man, which you said she shouldn't. What's not clear?
And how did you catch her?
It went like this. We scrape off the dust from the slimy flesh. Then we go up on a hill to get away from the smell. Then around the middle of the day, and it's getting really hot by now, the earth suddenly starts swirling around. The wind grabs the leaves off the trees even, like heaven is angry. It is hard to breathe and to see. And so we close our eyes and we take our chances. When it's over, we look and see the child by the body. She's looking down at the naked man, howling curses for what we've done, shrieking the way a bird does when it comes home and finds an empty nest. While we are running down, she quickly grabs more dust to cover the body, then pours the wine, blessing the corpse 3 times. We grab her. She's calm by now, and charge her with the crime and the earlier one too. She doesn't deny it. To me, she seemed kind of sweet, but at the same time sad. So I felt pity for her. Still, the main thing is, I'm all right.
You, with your face on the ground, do you say you did it, or do you deny this act?
I say I did it, and I don't deny it.
You're free to go wherever you'd like. So go. Tell me, and no speeches now, did you know I made a law against this very act?
How could I not? It was explicit.
And yet you dared to break it.
Yesterday you made this law, tomorrow you'll make another one. But the fixed, the unwritten laws of heaven are beyond time. We don't know who made them, nor can we know. Should I risk their punishment because I feared a mortal's words?
She's her father's daughter, always chafing against the grain and drawn to evil.
You say that I will die. I've never not known this. I don't need you to tell me that that's my fate, as it is all men's. So what if I die now? When you've lived with many evils, as I do, death is not the worst thing. I have no sadness for this destiny. Sadness would be to leave my mother's son without a grave. If this seems foolish to you, then find a fool to judge.
She thinks she's smart to muddy up the laws, and then she laughs and boasts she breaks them. I am not the man. No, she's the man if her audacity goes unpunished. I don't care if she's my sister's child, my closest living kin. She will die the death I have decreed. I accuse the sister, too, though just as close to me, she helped commit this crime. She's inside, raving. Call her out. I hate when someone's caught attempting bad and pretends it's beautiful.
You seem to want more than just my death.
No, girl. If I have that, I have it all.
Then stop talking, if my words displease you. Your words displease me and others, though they will not say so.
Don't you see no one's with you?
They are with me. Their tongues are numb with fear.
They're not. Aren't you ashamed to stand alone?
There was no shame in honoring my own flesh and blood.
Another of your flesh died fighting for his homeland.
We are of one flesh, yes. Same man, same wife.
And yet you honored the godless one.
It's not for you to say who's godless and who's not.
It's clear enough to everyone but you.
He was my brother.
And he attacked. The other fought with us.
The death world asks that we perform these rites.
But only for the good.
Who knows? The customs may be different there.
Not even death makes friends of enemies.
Great king, I do not hate as you do. I live to love.
Then love in hell. No woman rules my life. Yes, you, Ismene, the second enemy of the people. You hide inside like a snake under a rock preparing to bite again. Tell me, were you at the grave?
I acted. If she will let me take my part.
You didn't want to. No, I didn't take you with me.
I am not ashamed to stand with you in all your trouble.
Too late. The ghosts below us know who acted. Loving words are not enough.
My sister, my blood, myself, let me now repay the debt and be with you in death.
Let's not all die. This doesn't concern you. My death will be enough.
But if you go, what love do I have in life?
Does Creon love him?
Why do you mock me?
Because I'm in pain.
Sister, am I to blame for your death?
Your part is to live. Mine is to die.
I meant what I said.
And it was beautiful. But I had my own mind.
We failed equally.
Be happy. You live. My soul died long ago to serve the dead.
Come see, my son. The one's as crazy as the other.
In evil days, my king, no mind remains at home, it wanders.
Yours did, when you conspired with evildoers.
I can't live alone without her.
Without whom? She doesn't exist.
Haman, speak. You're killing your son's bride.
There are other fields for him to plow.
She is part of him.
Are we decided? Good. It's death, not me, that terminates this marriage. Take them away and lock them up. Even men try to run. When hell rises up to meet the living.
It's only lucky people who've never had the taste of evil in their mouths, in their mouths. When the gods enter a house, madness always follows like a malevolent sea wind grabbing a little hut, tossing it round and round over the black sand of the beaten, groaning shore.
The light that faintly shone on the royal family of Oedipus the king is now exhausted. They are undone by frenzied senses, by their rash words and bloody dust.
Ruin tumbles down on ruin, tumbles down on ruin, one generation into another. God strikes them down, no one is redeemed.
Hope, unquiet and mistaken, comforts many men, fooling their light minds. Unthinking, they go step by step through life until hot fires burn their souls. An ancient saying goes, bad things seem good when gods get in your head.
I wonder, Haman, if you are still with me and my actions, or if the love for this young girl shuts up your ears.
Father, I am yours.
Good. Otherwise, my enemies would laugh. My son, I see that you are angry. Think, one day this city will be yours. This girl is not for you. This girl loves anarchy, and anarchy kills cities. She knew the law, and she alone thought that she was above it. I ruled, and now I can't reverse myself. So let her lie with her brother's corpse in hell.
Your words are wise, beyond my understanding. Still, all men reason. I hear what others think and what they whisper in the dark because they're afraid of you. You should know there is sadness in the city. The people ask why she, this young girl, who wanted only to protect her brother from ravenous dogs, should die this way. Father, it is you I care about. So listen. A man who thinks only by himself seems hollow when you look inside him. A wise man finds no shame in learning, and he does not push too far. See how in a wildly rushing stream, the trees that bend are saved, every twig and leaf, while those that do not yield are carried away and lost. In nature's way, give in and change.
King, if he speaks well, it is fitting to learn from it, and you from him. Right speaks in two voices.
Shall I be taught by children?
You should pay attention to my actions, Father, not my age.
Your actions seem to honor anarchists.
An anarchist? The people of this city would not call her that.
You think the people should lead me?
Now you sound like the child.
Should someone else be master of this city?
It is not much of a city if one man makes the laws.
No, say, is it not known? It is the ruler's city.
You are a perfect ruler for a desert.
Shame. Shame! For you to speak here in this way.
I speak the truth. You lie and call it justice.
I am faithful to the very source of my beliefs.
So says the hollow man.
You've lost your mind.
And you do not keep God's name holy.
You're the blasphemer, if you argue for her sake.
For hers, and yours, and mine, and the death gods.
Too late. She dies.
Her death will cause another.
Threats. It's out, at last.
You only want to say things, never listen.
Precisely, it's my job. Bring her here now. I'll kill her beside him.
You are my blood. Now I'm gone. For good.
An angry boy is dangerous, King.
Let him go. His anger will not save these girls.
You still think to kill the two of them?
No. Not the one who didn't touch the corpse. You're right.
And Antigone, you plan to stone her.
No. Lead her beyond our wood, then past the Dersian street. There, she will be no more an object of our city's shame. Then find some rocky vault, give her water, bread, and olives, as law and piety describes. Entombed, the ghost girl can pray to the death gods, the only ones she seems to honor. Perhaps she'll live. We wash our hands of it.
Love steals everything you have. It beats you every time. Love roams above the sea and over scattered houses on the plain, landing on a girl's soft cheek. Love deals endless pain. Immortal gods cannot escape it, nor those who live a single day. Where love invades, men go mad. The strong are not immune, neither are the just. Love disgraces families, separating father and son, uniting son and mother. The light in a young bride's eyes is a powerful plea. It's not at all like war. It always wins. But now I'm carried beyond my role and I cannot hold back my tears.
Look, men of this place, how in the day's last light I go on my final way. Will I never see the sun again? The death god leads me, still living, to the shores of the river of grief. I'm not summoned to my wedding. I hear no songs of praise.
You go famously, conducted with praise to this chamber of the dead, not killed by sword, nor disfigured by disease. You go down now, unique among mortals of your own free will, still living to this world below.
You mock me. Why? You must one day testify how you used your law to send me to this unheard of grave, a terrible fate. Not among mortals, not among the dead.
You, child, so righteous, like your father, pushed too proudly into the womb of audacity itself. Like him, you struggled fiercely, and like him, have fallen deeply.
You touch the angriest sore of my grief. Oh, my unlucky mother, deluded in bed, embracing my father, her own son. I am sprung from his abomination, my mind dark and murky, cursed. You drag your daughter's sister, who is still living, down with you.
You challenged power, but power does not yield. Your furious self-recognition destroyed you.
Unwed and unwept, without a friend, with a cloudy mind, I am led the path you have prepared. I will no longer see the light. Oh, grave. My bridal bed. To live under the earth, always awake, accursed among numberless dead. I stand on the fine edge of life. My path ahead is lit by a pitying, angry light. I go hoping my father's love will greet me, and I will meet my mother and my brother, my heart, my blood, myself. When you died, I poured libations on your grave. In Creon's eyes, I dared to sin, and so I am deprived of my wedding bed and sent childless into the desert of death. Was my act not pious? I am pain. If this is pleasing to the gods, then I will come to know it and beg for mercy, but if the fault is with my judges, may they suffer equally.
Take her away.
City of my fathers. Farewell, my homeland. Farewell, you living woods and beautiful streams. My city. Look, great men of Thebes, on the last daughter of a race of kings. Remember what I suffered because you caught me honoring heaven.
What is your business here, Tiresias?
I will tell you. Listen to the soothsayer.
I always have.
And thus you've led the city well. I come this time because, again, you stand on fate's fine edge. This quiets you. Good. When I learned the war was over and was told of your decree, I sat on my ancient chair and waited for the birds to gather so I might learn from them. But they did not alight as usual around me. Instead, I heard a whirring sound, a sound of evil rage. I knew they were clawing at each other. Bird was murdering bird. This omen frightened me, and I hurried to light the sacrificial altar. But the fire would not catch. It only sputtered. The flesh refused to burn, and the offered thigh bone began to stink. I asked the boy the meaning of these deadly signs, for he guides me as I guide others. Creon, your mind sickens the city. Because of you, our altars and our hearts are ruined. The gods do not accept our prayers because dogs have lapped the blood and birds have pecked the fatty flesh of Polynices, wretched son of wretched Oedipus. Think, child. All men misjudge sometimes. In this case, concede. Stop killing a dead man.
Old woman, I've been around. I understand the fortune-telling racket. You filled your purse with many currencies, all the way to India. You've been paid to frighten me, but it won't work. That boy will have no grave. I am not scared of you, nor heaven's wrath. Men are nothing to the gods, so save your breath. It's not too smart to sweetly whisper threats for profit.
I offer honest counsel. You call me false.
I call you out. All prophets love silver.
And tyrants sometimes swap the gods to get their way.
Be careful.
Oh, I am holding back. So you be careful too before my thoughts explode.
Speak, just not for money.
Then hear me, Creon. Hear me well. Before this day is over, you shall lose your son as Oedipus lost his. Dead for the dead. This is because you buried a living girl and kept your brother's corpse above the earth. You robbed him of his destiny. Once dead, he was not yours, Creon. He belonged to the death gods. Your power served you, yes. But on the other side, you will meet God's judges and they will laugh at you. Do you still think I speak for stupid silver? Prepare for lamentation, for you are hated, Creon. Many sons died fighting for you. You left them all unburied. The land is strewn with corpses. They too were mutilated. Birds have carried their stinking flesh back to grieving hearts. And now, O child, the sons of sons will rise against your city. And so it never ends. Boy, take me home.
Great Creon, she has confronted many kings and spoken many fearsome thoughts, but she has never lied to make her point.
I know. Oh, my mind is tangled up. To give in is a great thing. It's hard to protect a city when you're faced with insanity.
You need to think.
Oh, tell me what to do.
Go free the girl and make a grave for Polynices
This is your advice?
as fast as possible.
But in my heart...
It is your only choice.
You're right. Opinion turns for her. Hurry, bring torches and axes for the tomb.
The sun rose on a happy day, but terror follows terror, and now, as Creon acts once more, time seems to stop.
A man who doesn't act is merely chaff, blown helplessly across the fields and over water, never landing. And so man strives, choosing this, not that. We suffer and go mad, and the gods laugh at us, for we are only guessing.
Time resumes.
The news grows worse and worse. Haman's dead.
How?
By his own hand.
And Tiresias was right. Tell us what happened.
I followed Creon to the high field where Polynices lay, and watched them bathe the pieces of his body. Then they laid branches on his limbs to burn them, and covered him with his native earth. That done, we ran to the tomb. The rock had already been pulled away, and we heard this hideous wailing from inside. Go, Creon said, and see if it's my son Haman who cries out, or if the gods are playing a trick. We searched into the deepest part of the cave, and then we saw my sister hanging dead. She had made a rope of her scarf. As Haman cut her down, he howled, "My father is a murderer!" Then Creon's suddenly there, and when he sees Haman and the lifeless girl, he cries out horribly, "What have you done? What were you thinking?" Then falls humbly at Haman's feet. "Oh, my poor child." The son just stares at him, not answering. Then he spits and lifts the knife he used to cut the noose. Creon stands as if to run, but Haman, incensed, pushed the blade into his own guts and fell by her, coughing bloody drops. The dead lie with the dead. The marriage has been consummated darkly.
Look at my child, who died too soon. So, the last member of my family, you are dead, cut off from time. This was my foolishness. Why was I stupid?
You saw it all too late.
Fear kept me from learning, and then fear taught me. The gods have smashed into my head and shaken me into chaos. Oh, my son. My city! We are all floating in the dirty harbor of the underworld. Armies approach. I killed the city. Why does no one kill me?
Because you don't exist. There's nothing left.
Just smoke. Not even smoke, only the shadow of smoke.
It has been said that after many blows, proud men gain wisdom, and from wisdom, happiness. That's hard to see.
Creon suffered many blows. Were they enough to make him happy? In this sad time, let violence pause. To be wise, we must first think.
Then blows may